but it's more vibrationally sound. You don't have to strain the energy. The analogy I was using is it's a mini gate. If you think about like some of the older castles, there's always that hidden trap door where you move the book off of the library shelf and then the door opens to another room that you don't know nothing about unless you find it. That's what this is basically about. 227 is showing you the connecting point to what's enslaving you. If what's enslaving you is your thoughts, just point blank and simple. What enslaves us is our thought. If you can't honor that from your everyday thinking, let your life tell your tale. But if you can't say what the fuck I paid attention to is what's got me fucked up, or what I paid attention to is what's keeping me free. You see what I'm saying? What I connect to, that thought that I am slaving my energy to, will be what sets me free or keeps me enslaved. So if 227 is going to show you that thought itself, then plausibly you should be able to disengage from thinking. Plausibly you should be able to pull your energy out of that which you are empowering that keeps you going through this shit. So it breaks down into a whole bunch of funky shit. Like I put on the other post and like I put on the caption here, I call it the pi theory. Because 227 becomes 22 over 7 when you start breaking it down numerologically. 22 over 7 is the fraction, broken, is the broken component of 3.14, which is the formula for pi. The formula for pi is one of the strongest formulas in the universe. So if you can see where 227, pi, then you can break down pi and you can stop eating a piece of the pie and be the whole pie. But the trick is on another level, not to confuse anybody even further, is should I be a pie at all? Because what does pies do? They get eaten. So instead of breaking myself off for a piece of the pie, I should see that I am the whole pie, but I should stop trying to be the pie altogether, because in the sense where I'm now the pie, I'm still enslaved. Because a pie is a meal. I'm now still on something else's menu. Don't fuck with that yet. So, in understanding the pi, the 3.14, it runs just like how possibilities and probabilities are. It runs in all different directions. Just like how we say time is now, and there's an instance of you everywhere, congruencies, adjacents, parallels, all that other shit. There's a piece of your energy in all different directions. There's a piece of pie for you to eat in every direction. So we'll stick with the finite directions. You have the basic up direction, which most of us mentally would ascribe to saying elevating, getting higher within ourselves. Getting higher within yourself is a trick of the mind. If I'm getting higher within myself, I'm still moving away from myself. So it's a trick of motion, but it makes us feel good because we've already drawn the division of up and down, or good and bad and all that other shit. So in the sense of saying 3.14 on the higher vibration, 314 becomes 44. 3 plus 1 is 4, and you already have the other 4, so you run into the master number. Master number 44 is the master manifester. I'm going to successfully manifest what I'm looking for. What was I looking for? Pi. See, the pi theory, 3.14. I'm looking for the way out of what's enslaved me. So if I'm connected to the thought of enslavement, I'm going to successfully manifest that enslaved thought. What's that enslaved thought? Seeing myself outside of myself from multiple perspectives and possibilities, probabilities, and experiences until I see myself whole. Seeing myself as a slice of pie until I become the whole pie itself. I was saying this on my show last night. Trying to find wholeness through being a piece, it won't add up. If I'm going to only honor the pieces of me, I will never become whole. So that level of pi theory, 3.14, if you run it on the upper route, it becomes 44, which is the master manifester. You're going to successfully manifest everything that you're looking for. But again, we're still dealing with dualities. 44 itself is a duality. So since we're dealing with dualities, you have to honor perspective. Perspective is the good side and the bad side of everything. So the good side of successfully manifesting myself if my level of enslaved thinking is nothing can enslave me, and if I cannot be enslaved, then I must already be my own master. You understand that? When you play that the I can't think of the scripture, what is going, yea, I go through the valley of death. See, you already give your energy to your Jesus. So you honor your Jesus energy or your God energy. And so now there is nothing stronger than that God that you empowered to keep you free. So not going into, religion, wherever I'm telling myself that I'm too strong to be dominated, that means I am already the dominant force. It's still a system of enslavement. So you're going to enslave yourself to the idea that you are either on the higher end of manifestation, or you're going to enslave yourself to the lower end, and you're going to successfully manifest yourself as the lower end of manifestation. You're going to, again, think about it. And I'm sorry if this is confusing, but like I said, this is more about me and for something that I have to come back and review for what I'm getting ready to go through. So if it confuses you, you might want to leave now. But what I'm saying is, think about it, and this is not disrespectful, from a Christian aspect. If you keep enslaving yourself to the idea that Jesus is going to save you, or God is my Lord and Savior and all this other stuff, then you keep living that level of existence that keeps you safe, being on your knees. See, I've been a faithful servant for 40 years, and I paid my tithe, and everything works out in my favor. Yeah, because you paid the energetic construct that was your master. You understand what I'm saying? But somebody who's authentically not invested in that belief, but just going through the motions, you might not see the same gains. See, I was a Christian for 50 years, and I paid all my tithes, and I ain't see nothing. You didn't believe in it. And you probably won't even admit that shit, but some part of you said, nope, this is not for us. But because we like to conform to what everybody else is doing, we gonna do it anyway. But again, somebody who does not have anything else to fall back on, so Christianity, Islam, any other damn form religion becomes their truth, then as long as they are invested in their truth, they manifest their truth. You understand what I'm saying? So again, the higher end of manifestation from pie is, if I only want a piece of the pie because my Lord and Savior is the pie itself, then I didn't want much anyway. So give me anything, and it's probably going to be a lot. You understand that? And again, that comes into what we call scarcity consciousness and poverty consciousness. If I only want a little bit, if you give me a little bit, it might be too much. Not going there because this is a serious moment, but the sexual side of me almost went somewhere with that. But you see what I'm saying? If you only ask for a little bit and somebody gives you more than a little bit, this too much. But now you're happy because I saw what I wanted. See, Lord, all I want is a new car next week. Fuck the fact that the world is in turmoil. Just gives me a new car. Ta-da, boom, I get a new car. Ain't God good all the time? All the time, God good. Hey, amen. You see what I'm saying? Step and fetcher theory tied into the damn pie theory. Don't want nothing, then anything you get will be the shit. So that's the high end. Your 3.14 turns you into a 44. You're going to successfully manifest what you reach for. What am I reaching for? A piece of the pie. The enslaved thought that I need a piece of pie. The lower end of 3.14 turns it into 14 plus 3, the reflection point. 14 plus 3 makes 17. I just want to be the star of the show. Same thing, but it is harder to manifest because you have to have yourself involved. See, that 44 side said that I could just manifest it even if I'm not really involved because I don't really have that level of involvement. The 17 is a little heavy stopping. Yeah, a little heavy. Yeah, for real. 17 on the lower end has to deal with the star card. It is, I need to make sense of this. But you can be the star of a motherfucking, like I put in the last post, you could be the star of a comedy. Now you the joke. You can be the star of a drama. Now you going through some shit. You could be the star of a motherfucking murder mystery. Now you about to get killed. Or you could be the star of a love story. You still might be getting killed, but you might be projecting yourself towards something that makes you feel better about what you're doing. So I want to be the star of my show, and all I want is somebody who gonna love me. See, you see what I'm doing right there? If what I'm calling my pie is somebody else, If my pie that I'm trying to get is somebody else other than me, I have to go on a journey to find somebody else. But if my journey should be finding me and seeing that I was the best motherfucking thing since sliced pie, then I'm not going to see me in the search of somebody else. So now I'm trying to star in a show that's no longer my own. Because I've taken my 3.14, my enslaved thought, and I'm chasing it because I already think that there's something else that I need to get. So that's where you become the star of somebody else's bullshit, or in the journey of finding myself, it is I'm going to be the star of my show and I get to do everything that I want to do with everybody else. And that's kind of like just pure egoic route. We'll leave it right there. 17, the star of the show, but I just want to get what I want. So we'll call that indulgence. Fuck y'all. We'll call that indulgence. My name is Indulgence, but it's not a lower vibration. Then the other side, like I said, the 44 is dealing with vibrational shit, manifestations. Either way it go, you have 3.14 that takes you 44 on the high, 17 on the low, or you have the reflection point itself. 3.14 is where if you take 3, which in the theory of creation is movement itself, if 3 points out the 14, take the 3 out. If you take the 3 out of the 14, you now have 11. But numerically, to be fair, 3.14, if you take the 3 out of the 14, it's actually a negative 11. So it is stop seeing the 11. What's the 11? 11 is awareness. You hear me say this shit all the time, and this is what got me fucked up last night. 11 is higher awareness. 11 is awareness of all things. You'll hear me say 7 is awareness of myself. I'll get to that part in a few minutes. But if 7 is awareness of myself, then 11 is awareness of all things. If I'm seeing myself as all things, that might be a sickness that does not see me as everything. Think about the difference. Everything means that's me. All things means it's holy shit, there's a lot of stuff that I got to do. Man, I'm doing all things for everybody else. See, that's still a perception of there's something else outside of you. Stop being all things and be everything. Stop being all things, multiple pieces of pie that are optional for me to eat, instead of being the whole pie itself. I'm everything. Still a trick, because all things will make you fucking project yourself. Thing will make you project yourself out of yourself, because you're still searching for a pie. You're still searching for a pie. So you have to start realizing, am I hungry? Instead of saying 3.14 pie theory, it's the search for pie. It is, why am I even trying to fucking eat? What is this pie? Is this pie real? Am I real? Because if I'm not hungry, then and as parents or as hell older adults, when we ain't hungry, we not finna get out of the bed to go get something to eat. Fuck that. We'll be all right. I'm gonna honor my stillness. I'm gonna sit my ass down and be still, because that thought of being hungry, I wasn't really hungry. I was just tricking myself. Hello, life. I don't need pie. I don't need this numerological expression of movement. I just need to be still. But anytime that you honor movement, you enter into mathematical equations such as pi. So then that's when pi theory becomes plausible. So not to get too far off of that, 3.14 itself should have been the 11. The whole trick, the whole way to get into the mini gate, which I was talking about as far as tomorrow, the whole way to get out of thinking is to stop seeing yourself as a thought. I see myself, now I see myself. It is. It is, but I mean, if you think about it, in the sense to where you're in and it says sounds like metaphysical trivial suit, it's trivial pursuit. It's the exactly. It's a trivial suit. Your meat suit is designed to contain all your energy and gives you a focal point to focus your energy everywhere. You understand what I'm saying? I saw a figure in my head. Like I said, I used to collect comic books way back in the 70s. There was one figure in the Legion of Superheroes. His name was Wildfire. He was pure fucking energy. But in order for him to use his powers, he had to have a meat suit. He had to have this container suit, and once he was in a container suit, he can project his energy anywhere. Once we have this container suit, we can push our energy anywhere because your soul is wholeness. When you put your energy in this meat suit, you can now activate your soul into your mind. Your mind can empower your body can project. Your body can use your hairline of divided energies, aka chakras. You can take that energy from your soul and funnel it through all these other many energy centers, and now we're healers. I can take from my own energy and I can give it to everybody else. I can take my thoughts and I can project them into everybody else because I now have a containment suit that will take infinite power into a lower level of unlimited potentials. Your meat suit has unlimited potentials, but your soul has infinite power. There's a difference in between unlimited and infinite. We're not going to go there, though. So, again, at 3.14, the main trick itself is the Cedar 11. Stop seeing yourself in division. Stop seeing yourself out here. When I go into the mirror and I now have to see myself, I now honor the fact that I'm in two places at once. The illusion of separation. So, watch out for the 11. The way to get out of the thought itself, is to find out your illusion of separation. And I'm going to try and get to that in a minute. Continuing on the pi theory, though, the 3.14 became the 44, the high-end trick, and it became the 17, the low-end trick. Hello, everybody, but I'm focused on my thoughts. Love y'all. So you have an 8 on top and an 8 on the bottom. They connect because they're reflections, just like I said, looking in a mirror. So I got 2 8s. That's an 88. If you've been following for a while, I tell you the master number 88 is the gatekeepers. It is the key to your mind. What I just get through telling you the analogy of a meat suit. Your mind can harness the power of your soul. Once the mind can tap into your soul, it can create anything with the soul's power. Once you create anything with the soul's power, you are now that enslaved thought. You are that enslaved thought under the perception, and that's the key word. You are that enslaved thought under the perception of motion, but are you moving? You understand that? As a parent, have we not ever seen our children and they sitting there and they supposed to be going somewhere, but you ain't moving at all. You thought you was going somewhere. Or, to be nasty, somebody that, and this is probably more aligned for you goddesses. I don't have this personal experience. But you got somebody and they on top of you and they think they're tearing that thing up and like, you really ain't doing nothing. You ain't going nowhere. You see what I'm saying? So somebody can think that they're doing something, but the other person is saying you're not really doing anything at all. You ain't going nowhere at all. You just spinning your wheels in the mud, but you thought you was doing something. And so now that person that thought they was doing something is only going to honor what they thought they was doing. I'm going to keep going. So you see what I'm saying? You can lose your level of reality to your thoughts. Well, I think I'm going to Paris, but you don't do nothing to prepare to go to Paris except for dream about Paris. So guess what? You just thought you was going to Paris. But you activated them thoughts and you gave them your energy and they become a part of your fucking reality. Back to that 44. You're going to successfully manifest the idea of going there without actually going. You're going to enslave your energy to the thought of movement and give it your meat suit power, and you're going to make that thought become an action. You make an idea become a thought becomes an action. Actions have the possibilities and the probabilities of becoming experiences. Not all actions become an experience. You understand what I'm saying? The biggest example I can use for that people probably understand, politics. I'm running for office. That's an action. I'm running for office. But do I get the experience of office? No, not unless I win. Not unless that thought that was the strongest one wins out in the battle. So think about your mind. Your mind is a motherfucking political race. You got a bunch of fucking Trumps in your head. Them bitches sneaky as shit. They shouldn't win, but you empower them enough to become the winning thought. If that don't confuse you too much more. So again, your 88, you become Make America Great Again in your own mind. The 88, the gatekeepers, is the memories that you are trying to remember, the memories that you're trying to create to serve into a better remembrance. See, I'm prepositioning myself. 88s, the memories I want to keep or the traumas that I'm trying to forget. That's the up and the downside. If I'm at my 88s, that 44 that was in manifestation, which is I'm successfully manifest, and that 17, which said that I'm the star of the show either way it go. Both of them makes your 88s. So now, again, I'm either trying to create memories worth motherfucking remembering, which is a trick, or I'm trying to forget everything that I don't want to know. But to recap, what was I trying to know? Pi. All I want to know is how to get to the pi. So if I've already invested my energy into all these possibilities and probabilities of me, I'm only going down the trails of where I smell pi. But again, what was the trick? Thinking that there was a pi outside of you. But the fact that I have now already told myself that I need to see that pi out of me, even when I see the pi in me, I'll disavow it. Because I've already invested my energy into what already enslaved me. So the pie becomes better than the fucking meal. I'm the whole motherfucking meal. But if I'm ready to eat the dessert before I become my own dinner, and even that's fucking a trick. If I'm ready to eat the dessert before I see myself as worthy of being dinner, am I going to honor stillness enough not to get cooked? You understand what I just said? Do I understand that, holy shit, if I don't own my energy, something else will? If I don't keep control over myself, if I don't keep awareness, holy shit, what's 11? Awareness. If I don't keep awareness to myself, if I don't keep my 11 to myself, I'm about to be somebody's meal. But in the journey of being somebody else's meal, fuck all that. Just give me my pie. So you disavow the fact that you might be on somebody else's menu in favor of what you want to eat. What do I want to eat? The experience of pie. So you don't even see the bigger picture because you already focused on creating the lower picture. But the lower picture becomes your bigger picture because think about the analogy of 22 over 7. What I tell you earlier was 7 is knowledge of self. All I want to know is what I want. What did I want? A slice of pie. So everything is going to be trapped under that line. 22 is your choices. That 7 becomes the only thing you care about. Show me my pie. But sir, there's a 44 up here that you're manifesting. Sir, there's an 11 up here that is telling you it's a trick. Fuck all that. I ain't trying to see that. See, that motherfucker over there smell good. I've done this before. I already know. I'm 32 years old. You're much older. I'm 32 years old and I've been doing this long enough to know what I'm doing. You see what I'm saying? You've already lost your awareness of being everything in favor of being all the things that you want.